If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths and sometimes heights to ensure the power is always flowing, which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit ActiveDay.com to apply.
Sprains and first-degree burns, and the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover.
No, easy, hold on. Stop!
As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how.
What the fuck?
By refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
Buzzin', what is up with Tarantino, man?
What?
What happened to him?
People say I got a real twisted sense of humor.
He looks like he should be on the back of a $10 bill.
Oh my God.
Royce Lopez.
I don't know what it is about him.
Hola, me llamo Royce.
Maybe I'm sick of hearing about him.
Yeah, I don't like hot ham.
Maybe it's his face. He's a punchable face.
You wouldn't download a pig, would you?
He's done nothing to me. He's probably a nice guy.
I don't care.
I don't know what it is about the guy.
Big Cranberry has been lying to you.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast.
He looks like he should be flying a kite with a fucking key on it. Brendan says he hasn't been able to use the N-word for a while. That's the source of his youth.
Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time. Here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce.
Hello, y'all. Welcome to the Revenge of the Sis Show. If you're hearing my voice, it means we still have power. So that's good.
Now.
That's good. We're getting fucking nuked by thunderstorms today, so we're going to do our best.
It's pretty bad.
Everything in my house, my whole neighborhood was gone. No traffic lights, no. Driving through a fucking monsoon. And I'm like, when I get to Royce's, it'll probably clear up. And then I got here, and it's just as bad.
No, like my umbrella was in the pool. Like the fucking wind got real bad. But we're here. Look, for now, if it goes out, it ain't the internet no more. Now it's definitely there's no power. So, but we're here for right now. It's pretty. It looks okay, but the lightning isn't the best.
Shout out to my cat Clarence, who no longer hides behind my couch. He now hides under my bed, which is a little bit better. It's a little more. It's a little less of like scary little dark place he hides in. I'm like, all right, well, you can still see from outside the bed, so he's not a total pussy. But he jumped like fucking. It was so funny, man. I was getting ready for fucking coming in here, and you just heard. Boom! And I swear to God, he went like 6 feet in the air. It was awesome.
The Costco guys were outside?
Yeah, it was. They gave me 5 big booms.
Oh man, that's somebody died.
But dude, it was so funny, man. I was just in my bathroom getting ready. It was boom, and I look over, and Clarence was like, whoosh, just shot up into the air, and it just landed down on the ground. And I was like, "You all right, bud?" It was awesome.
Really, we forgot about the Costco guys real quick.
I didn't forget about them.
Maybe you did.
They live here every day, Virgie, in my heart.
I have an idea. Speak for yourself. Okay.
I heard they gave Israel 5 big booms recently.
Mm-hmm. Think about that.
So they're on Iran side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, I know.
Wouldn't you be?
No.
Well, Iran has the better chicken bake, so.
We're Costco guys. Of course we oppose Zionism at every turn. Like, wait, what?
But they're
That
Jewish.
doesn't even make any sense. I'm pretty sure whoever owns Costco, if you look deep enough, probably a couple Jewish guys in there.
Well, Costco guys, of course we're trying to overthrow the Jewish hegemony.
Well, Costco guys, if you look up our background, you'll understand why we keep our politics silent.
We're Costco guys. Of course we watch Jake Shields' podcast.
Now, regarding the ongoing situation in Iran.
Oh, situation's a good way to. Can they call it?
Yeah, it's just a situationship that
Regarding-
Israel and Iran find themselves in.
This whole Iran thing.
Now, regarding the ongoing situation in Iran.
Yesterday, I called. Yesterday's episode was TED Talks. It was Ted Cruz. Today's episode has some Ted Cruz in it, and I called it Cruise Controlled.
I know there has been a lot of speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding.
Tomorrow is going to be TED 3: Back in the Habit, but Pessy said the E should be a 3, so like a T3D. Talks: Back in the Habit.
That's too much.
Regarding the president's decision making.
Don't you understand that we have to defend Israel because in the Bible it says it?
No.
Somebody replied and goes,
It doesn't.
okay, so like if the Bible says, if I name my kid Jesus, you have to worship him like Jesus because the Bible said that's the same Jesus, right?
Yeah, if the Bible jumps off a bridge, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do it too?
Making, and whether or not the
The
United
Bible
States.
tells you to jump off a bridge. You gonna do it? Just start using old shit your mom used to say to you.
If the Bible tells you to kill your kid to prove that you love God, are you going to do it?
Making, and whether or not the United States will be directly.
Yeah, well, like
involved.
he would have, but he didn't, so he got to kill a chicken. Can we please drop this?
Is there anything funnier in the fact that God made this guy kill his kid, and right as he was about to do it, he was like, "Whoa, dude, you sick fuck! I was kidding. Like, what is wrong with you?"
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Yo, dude, you were gonna do it.
Oh, this guy was going to do it. Hey, Michael, come here. The guy was going to do it.
This guy was gonna murder his kid
This guy
for
was
me.
going to murder his kid, bro.
Oh my God, you were gonna kill your kid? You're such a loser.
What a sick fuck you are,
Oh,
dude.
oh my me.
No friends.
Oh my me. You were going to kill a kid?
You were gonna kill your baby. That's so fucking gay and cringe, dude.
Whatever. I'm going to watch the new MDE. Get out of my face.
Bro, look at this guy. He's got no riz. He was about to kill his kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Extreme Peace. Never mind. I'd rather murder my kid.
regarding the president's decision making and whether or not the United States will be directly involved. In light of that news, I have a message directly from the president, and I quote,
Tucker Carlson's a homo.
based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations
Here's what I was
that
talking
may
about.
or may
Man,
not
you're a fucking nerd. Like, you're pretty and stuff, but you're such a fucking nerd. Like, the way she talks, like, man, we're gonna kill Iran. You're just a nerd.
from the president, and I quote, based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of
She is one of those bitches that have perfect attendance in high school,
Mhm.
right? You know?
She's the type of bitch that sucks a dick like this, where she gets like, and you're like, come on, get in there. What are we doing here?
negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future.
She's the type of chick that fucks a black guy in her 20s and then goes to jail for tax evasion.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Based on the
very specific
fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future. I will make my decision.
Also, Caroline, if you think we can't tell that you're doing just a little bit of lip fillers and no one's going to notice, we're noticing them.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know. Like, women do this where women are like, oh, no, just make it look kind of it doesn't. I could always tell when you have lip fillers put in. Please stop doing it. We, as men, do not actually care. Gay dudes and trans people care. We don't care.
Yeah, you know what we like? Women that age gracefully.
Thank
Fucking
thank you.
Just go to the gym and hydrate and eat right.
Yeah,
Like, try not
go
to
for a
age too
walk at
badly.
nighttime.
That's all.
Cut back on drinking a little bit. It's not that hard.
You know who I can't tell. Well, I mean, maybe she has, but if she's had work done, I can't tell. But you know, who I think hasn't had any work done. Tulsi Gabbard, and she's hotter than all you bitches.
No, she hasn't had work done because the first thing I would have fixed were the fucking pock marks.
True, she could still get it though.
Yeah, because of that.
fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations.
Like, she's such a. She
Unless
sounds like the JD Vance meme come to life.
Unless it's changed, Tulsi Gabbard's official government account has not tweeted anything in 6 days now. Unless it's changed, maybe it changed today.
I wonder why.
Check it. The last thing she tweeted was "Happy Birthday to Trump" on Flag Day. So whatever day that was, the last time she tweeted.
That there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future. I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks.
To war? When you say to go, to war, are you replying go to war? Because first off, Trump, let me explain something to you. You can't just go to war. You have Congress needs to approve going to war.
Well, we're not going to war. We're just going.
To do what? To what end?
I don't know, man. We're going.
You know, if you rob a bank and you're the guy driving the car, they'll still charge you for robbing the bank.
True.
That's a quote directly from the president for all of you today. Now,
that's great.
I like how she said that. That's like reassuring. It's like that was from the president.
Right. We may or may not have talks, and I'll figure out. Guys, we just need 2 weeks to flatten the war.
Yeah.
Okay? 2 weeks. All we need is 2 weeks to flatten the war. You don't want your grandma in Israel to die, do you?
The conflict in Iran is
nerd
to split the Republican Party with differing wings of the GOP debating whether the U.S. should fight or stay out of the conflict. Senator Ted Cruz getting into a heated exchange with Tucker Carlson
and calling him anti-Semitic
in a clip posted to social media.
What's the ethnic mix of Iran?
Wasn't a clip posted to social media? The whole thing was on social media.
This thing had big fucking Office Space energy. I told you, I'm good with the goddamn customers.
Bro, but he lost his cool so much.
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not even. You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay,
I am not
the
By the way, my favorite was somebody was like, "Oh yeah, so what? Google does a quick Tucker does a quick Google search and he thinks he's a genius." I'm like, "Yeah, but Ted also has Google." Like,
yeah, okay,
you know what I mean? Like, you could have both prepared.
So this actually makes this worse.
Yeah. Oh, look who prepared for this! Like, yeah, I mean, I would if I had a fucking senator on the show.
That was the whole point of his questions, was that they were so simple. It was like, you haven't even, like, Googled this while you were taking a shit.
He should have pulled out a map with none of the countries labeled. That's what I would have done. Pull out a map with none of the countries labeled and go,
like,
point out Iran.
Like
Point
Hassan
it out.
trying to find Yemen.
And then he points somewhere and he goes, "You're wrong. That's a map of Middle Earth."
Thank you. Yeah, no, you just pointed out Gondor.
So there you go. Now you know where
now
Gondor
you know where
is.
Gondor is,
Well,
but that's not helping anybody. Are we going to war with Gondor?
I'm happy you know where the capital of Cyrodiil is, but
That's super
not...
cool. Yeah, no, that's great.
Are we going to drop bunker busters on Boromir? Like, what are we doing here?
Y'all have seen the clip of Hassan trying to find Yemen, right?
Yeah, he can't find it.
It's and he was literally just talking about Yemen, and he's like, "Fucking, oh yeah, it's this one." And it takes him 10 minutes.
So
another wild clip that we never even played yesterday was him telling Trump, asking Tucker, "Do you like any of the military things that we've done? You say that you know whatever," and then he goes, "Do you like that Trump took out ISIS?" And Tucker's like, "Yeah, of course. Why would I be against him taking out ISIS?" But he goes, "But wait a second, Ted. Isn't ISIS in charge of Syria right now? Wouldn't that be a bigger threat?" And then he goes, "Well, I'm not worried about them." He goes, "You're not worried about ISIS."
But you just said. You said.
I think Tucker said something to the effect of like, "Why? Because they don't talk with cave noises." Like, what is that? Something to that effect.
Jesus.
It was really brutal. And it was like, you're telling me how evil ISIS is, saying they were eliminated, but in the same breath saying they're in charge of Syria and we trust them now.
Yeah.
Okay.
not-
Maybe they're talking about the ISIS that Archer worked for.
True.
The Tucker Carlson expert
Or
on
the
Iran.
Egyptian goddess, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Expert on Iran.
I haven't watched The Mummy in a while.
You're a
who
senator
says-
who's calling for the
You're the one who
overthrow of the
claims-
government.
You're the
and
one
you
who
don't know
claims-
anything about the country.
I'm just so tired of this baby bullshit where it's like they have to feel like they're lying to us and it's humanitarian that we're going to war with Iran. Just be honest. Just say, look, Israel wants control of Iran's trade routes. We're going to give it to them. Fine. Just bomb the shit out of them. Take it. Get it done.
No,
Who cares?
that and then fucking what about his saying it was a good idea that that they destroyed the Nord pipeline, like the pipeline, and it's like, why do you think fucking Western Europe out of power is a good thing?
People literally died because of that. Like, people literally died because there was no like fucking power to their homes during the winter. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm trying to find the Syria clip. See if you can find it. It's there. It's the ISIS Syria thing. I was just blown away by it because it was just like this. Again, and also evangelicals are going to get us killed. Like, that's a fact. Like, evangelicals are going to get us killed because his thing is like, the Bible says. The Bible doesn't say that we have to fucking be used as cannon fodder because of Israel, okay? And when God said that about the Jews, there were several tribes. How do you know the right one won? I'm just saying, like, my point is that, like, it's all this dumb thing. And isn't the whole point, if you're Ted Cruz and you believe in this, Jesus being born meant he's the ultimate Jew, right?
Well, I was gonna say, like, with all of this stuff, is like, if they're going, it's our duties and blah blah blah, and it's like, aren't they two different Bibles too?
No. Oh yeah, yes, correct. That is correct. The Bible, yes, correct.
Yeah. So it's like, why should it? What's in your Bible's not in my Bible?
I don't know, dude. My Bible's the Book of Mormon. Mine's a little different. I get special underwear.
My Bible's Big Al's bathroom reader.
I get idiot. I get my own planet. That's pretty cool. I get as many wives as they want, no matter how ugly they are. I get to wear, like, you know what's cool? You're allowed. No one can make fun of you for wearing short sleeve shirts with a tie. Only Homer did that. Like, that's kind of cool. You can pull that bad boy off. So that's pretty cool.
Mormon's not too bad, and the women have gotten better.
Sluttier
over the years. Well, no, I mean, there's like a little bit, like, there used to be like heavy inbreeding in that part of the country.
No, there was,
and it has kind of thinned out a little bit now. So like some of the bitches out there, you might get yourself a nice looking Mormon wife, and then 3 ugly ones,
and then you can't take her out to drink coffee or go to get a drink either. That's fun. That's fun.
They all do that shit though. Shut up. They all do that. I'm tired of these Mormons pretending like, oh, I don't even have sugar.
But then they're not Mormons.
No, you don't.
Then they're not Mormons. And
yeah. Oh yeah. Look, the same thing. No.
Now you're going to tell me that Jewish people eat pork, Mersh?
They do, and fucking Muslims drink. They're all full of shit.
I'm very aware Muslims drink.
Yeah, so...
I've met an Albanian. Yeah. I know Muslims drink, okay?
Everyone breaks all their religion's rules. Let's stop pretending like you don't.
I sent you that thing.
Oh, thanks. See what I did? I bought time for Reggie to find it. That's called professional radio. Okay. This is how the pros do it. Okay.
Remember, there's some Jews that believe you can just put a string up around the whole city and then you can just rape kids on mattresses and tunnels. I mean,
you think those two things are coordinated?
I'm sorry, sir.
Correlated?
They don't need a string for that. It's so that they can use telephones.
They have a can on each end. That's how they call the Orthodox ambulances.
God, man, remember how quickly that went away? God, it was so wild for a while.
Almost immediately.
Watching a Hasidic guy crawling out of a
that was hilarious
sewer like a Ninja Turtle. I'll never get over that.
Did you agree with taking out the ISIS caliphate?
Okay, well, if we took out the ISIS caliphate, why are they running Syria right now? And
that's a good question. I mean, it's a fair question to ask.
You're for that.
By the way, who predicted that? All of us.
Wait, dodo birds are extinct. Why are there 3 in this room?
Yeah, remember when we gave this country to ISIS because Assad bad?
Why is that?
What do you mean? I didn't say I'm for that.
You don't seem to have a problem with it.
I didn't say
ISIS
that.
is now running Syria. You're like, we'll see.
No, I did.
Look, I mean, I know why.
By the way, I didn't push Assad out. Assad toppled.
It's hilarious.
You know why
Assad is bad, but no, ISIS runs Syria, but that's fine. We'll just kind of wait and see on ISIS. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know
not
why?
A big deal. They're trying to kill Trump.
Hold on a second. I want to get...
Never trust a guy with a pinky ring.
Back. You know why I don't care.
I'm sorry, Italians.
And why? And you do your like trademark smirky laugh. I know why you don't care.
What are you even talking about?
What? Why don't I?
Like Mersh nailed it. I always bring this up because Mersh nailed what he does to you. Like he made Mr. Cool, calm debate guy go. You fucking laugh. You fucking laugh.
I've said this for years. If Tucker Carlson directed that snark at me, I would fuck him.
What do you do at that point?
I don't lose my cool in usually an argument. I would lose my cool in that argument.
Yeah,
because you can't win. And he says these things that you're like, I'm gonna fuck this dude up if he keeps that shit up, bro. He's very good at that. I very much respect that about Tucker. Like, he's that guy that as soon as everything's nice and calm and you're walking away, he says that one more thing, and you're like, I swear to God, I'm going to shoot this fucking guy. I'm going to fucking shoot this guy.
Fuck this guy.
He's talking shit as I'm walking. I'm trying to stay cool, bro.
Care. I don't know why. You tell me. Because you think it's okay because they're not making angry noises or something.
There it is, angry noises. That's what it was. You're not making angry noises.
Also, by your own standards.
Also, look, I like you, Alex. Why are you fucking watermarking this? Why are you watermarking this twice?
Oh,
I thought the same fucking thing.
Hold on,
why are you
there's
watermarking somebody else's shit?
It was on his show.
It was on his show.
He was playing it on his show.
He was playing the clip on his show. That's fine.
Okay, that makes sense.
Why don't I care?
Because I guess someone could do that with us, too, if they wanted to.
I don't know why. You tell me. Because you think it's okay because they're not making angry noises or something. But by your own standards, ISIS is so immoral that they must die. But now they're running Syria, and you don't think that we should take military action against the government of Syria because why?
Because they're cool with us now, dude.
Because they pinky promised.
They
that
don't
we're
think
cool
we're
now.
the great Satan anymore, dude.
Why? They're ISIS.
What I said is, I don't know how good or bad it'll be. Look,
they're ISIS. You just said how bad they were, that we needed to kill them.
You just,
You said it. You the one. How bad?
Wasn't it great?
Hey, Mersh, bro. We got that rapist, okay? We got him. I know he got out, and he's a police chief now, but we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna see how he does. You know.
I wasn't pushing Assad out. He fell.
Do you think we're retarded? I'm sorry, Theodore. Weird name for a Cuban guy. Do you think we're fucking retarded? Do you think that Assad just by himself? We had no involvement. Every world leader that balls, we're involved in it. Okay. Period. I'm not even saying we're the number, but we knew when we're involved, and we either decided number one, we're the one that's going to topple them, or number two, we go, hey, that guy's going to get toppled. Let's throw a little money on the side and let him get hot. What happened in 2014 in Ukraine? Asshole.
He fell on his own, in part because he was
Maybe
heavily
Ted
supported.
is short for Tedwardo.
It might be Tedwardo.
By Hezbollah, and when Israel took out the Hezbollah
Tedwardo Cruz Rodriguez
leadership, he lost
Tedwardo
his basis.
Cruz
But the
missile.
current ISIS leadership, you
Cruise missile.
don't think is bad? You can't say it's terrible that ISIS runs a country?
No, I can't, because we're pretending we're cool with them
Because
now.
I'm not allowed.
I am concerned about
it. Here's the thing. The problem is that if I admit that ISIS running Syria is a bad thing, then I also would be indirectly saying that Israel working with ISIS to fucking topple Assad's regime might have not been a great plan.
But let's point it out. There's never been a time that we've toppled, which we could agree, an evil dictator, and it became worse because he was keeping all the other crazy people in check. Name one other time that's happened.
Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, Iran.
Here we go again.
The dumb, and you know what the worst part, the funniest part is, in this same interview, he brings up that he agrees that that getting rid of Saddam Hussein was bad because of all the other tribes and made it worse over there. And it's like, that's the same thing that's going on in Syria. You fucking retard.
Concerned? Aren't you horrified?
I want to see what they do.
We've been seeing what they do for 20 years.
Well, just see a little bit longer.
You have until Sunday.
All right. We have to see what they do. We got to see. We'll figure it out. We're going to play it by ear. But you know what? Let's listen to somebody who really knows, who's really got their finger on the pulse. Sure, it's on a dick vein, but here we go. Let's check it out.
I think he's, he's been very
pretty good dick vein joke.
Steady. He's intent on making sure that Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon.
And I'm the one that got Chrisley out of jail. We have a lot of things in common, if you know what I mean.
Israel has done an amazing
We both like blonde women.
job to control the skies. We have one facility.
Hey,
is he okay?
buddy, you need some coffee
Oh
or
my God,
something?
thank you. Is he okay?
A little Red Bull, something?
Is he okay? He's acting like somebody who they have a video of doing something with someone underage on an island and is trying to do what he's told and is afraid it's going to leak. He's acting like that, and he's worried because Trump just said, we're going to wait for 2 weeks. And now he's like, but I promised them today.
Mm-hmm.
He's acting like he spent all of yesterday just coming.
He
just
did.
coming
He's empty.
all day.
He's empty. Yeah, you know when the day after you have too much sex, you're like, I gotta rest.
The skies. We have one facility.
Bro, he seems fucked. There's something up with him. It's not just tired.
It would be hard to Israel to hit without our help.
I'm just really sad when children aren't dying.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what the president does, but I've never felt better about the end of the Iran nuclear program. It's very close, and the world will be better off for it.
In what way? Tell me in what way. Let's say they have a nuke. They don't, but let's say they did. How would they even get it to us? Because they definitely don't have the... Again, they're telling us, in the same breath, Ted Cruz was telling us yesterday, that Iran is hiring hitmen, but they're too incompetent to actually kill the president, so they're not really worried about it. But also, they're so super smart. They're about to have a nuke. They're about to kill everyone with.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though I said this off the air, but like we're doing this, like Don Mattingly shaved the fucking sideburns
Yeah.
bit, where it's like we're like get rid of that nuke, Iran, and they're like we don't have a nuke, and they're like all right, well you better get rid of it, otherwise we're going to war.
But I don't
get rid of it, and they're like I don't know what he's talking about.
So either you want them to have a nuclear weapon or you don't. And if you don't,
what if I'm indifferent? What if I don't care?
You want them to have a nuclear bomb?
Yeah. Even when I was a kid, like even as a kid, this always perplexed me, right? When I was young, I would always think, just because you're a dumb kid, so you hear about nukes and what countries have nukes and what when you're in school, like, oh, this country. And I was always thinking, like, just out of like, but wait a second. Who decides like what country's cool enough to have a nuke and one country's not? And what metric do we use? Like think about that. If you're Iran, right? Whether you like Iran or we don't like Iran, it doesn't matter. They're their own country. They're not our country, and they decide their own future. They decide what they want to do with their country, right? Why is it Israel can have nukes, but Iran cannot have nukes? Why is it that we tolerate Russia having nukes, but Iran can't have nukes?
Pakistan has nukes.
Because what I'm trying to understand is you're just a few months ago, this homo was telling us that Putin was so evil he wanted to take over all of Europe and he was an evil psychomaniac. But it's fine that he has nukes.
Mm-hmm.
But Iran, who really cannot do anything and barely has an air force, right? They are not allowed to have one. Who decides and why? And it kind of seems like whoever has the closest proximity to Israel is not allowed to have one, even though some of them do anyway, like, Saudi Arabia. Who decides that? What do we do? Who's the person that goes, these dirty cave people can't have nukes?
if diplomacy fails, use force. So if you
don't want diplomacy.
Understand that Iran with a nuclear weapon is the biggest danger in the world, you're missing a lot.
If Iran having a nuke is the biggest danger in the world, why have you been saying that it's been happening since 1992 and nothing has happened? Iran nuke is the Warhawk neocon version of climate change. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. It is something they were promising was going to happen forever. There were even like propaganda movies that I remember when I was younger. There were evangelical ones, to be specific, but propaganda movies about how a Middle Eastern country, they never named who it was because they don't want to roll the dice, was going to have a nuke and they were going to kill us all and it was going to start the Trinity and the Revelation and all this fucking bullshit. But in reality, if Iran has a nuke, which they don't have a nuke, they're not going to do anything with the nuke. Shut the fuck up. I'm not afraid of them. It's not going to work anymore. This is the same blueprint that you guys played with Iraq. The same fucking blueprint.
Yeah, also, isn't Israel the one that has a Samson option? I mean, shouldn't we maybe be concerned about that?
Samsonite? I was way off.
I mean, they literally have it on their books that, like, yeah, if we ever feel like we're going to lose this country, we're launching all our nukes everywhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. But Iran's the problem.
Yeah.
Got it.
Maybe a little bit of an overreaction there.
But that's, well, I mean, look who, it's kind of on brand.
Let's see what Moloch has to say.
President Trump will do the right thing. We know that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
But why? But why? And also, if you're going to record the audio, close your text messages so we can't read who you're texting your husband and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very appreciative of what the Israelis have done to try to demolish the scientific leadership and the military forces in Iran.
That's right. Get those fucking scientists.
They're not allowed to have technology like us.
I've wanted payback since COVID. Kill them science bitches.
They're not allowed. We're the United States is basically working off of the Prime Directive from Star Trek. These dirty mud people aren't deserving enough yet of warp technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even defending Iran. It's probably filled with a bunch of fucking retards. I don't give a fuck about Iran. Let me be clear. But also, it's like, will we pick and choose? Bro, I could think of 3 countries right off the bat that I'm more worried have a nuke than Iran.
Yeah. The U.S., fucking
Canada.
Israel.
Look, here's what we know about President Trump.
Like that, though? Like warp drives? Like they have to discover a certain level of technology before we trust them?
Yep.
Like They have to have Japanese toilets before they're allowed to have nuclear bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a guy, we watched what he did his first 4 years. He's the one who could war.
Just hit refresh, guys. It's not on my end. It must be a Rumble Studio thing if you're having an issue. Because I have no drop frames on my end. And I haven't cut out for you guys, right, Virgie?
No, it does this thing occasionally where it'll just stop playing. But if you rewind it and then fast forward it, just real quick, it'll fix it.
Okay. Well, I wasn't here. It was a Rumble Studio.
He wants to defend the freedom of this country, so I'm sure he'll make the right decision. Well, when they get a nuclear weapon, they've already said they're death to America. So they'll use a nuclear weapon.
They say that to America because every time they try to build a nuclear power plant, we bomb them.
Well, let's listen to the guy that wasn't invited to the fucking White House.
Can you see any scenario where American boots get on the ground in Iran?
I'll answer for you, Rand. Yes.
Yeah, almost every scenario.
Every scenario that I could think of, unless they surrender.
0 from my perspective. I will not vote to send American.
That's not what. Okay, Pierce. Let me explain something to you. I'm sorry, Rand. Let me explain something to you. That's not what Pierce asked you. I know that you're going to vote no, and a bunch of people are going to say no. When has that ever stopped us?
Yeah.
Kids to Iran. I think it's a terrible mistake.
I can't wait for Operation Enduring PSYOP to start so we get this fucking over with. I really cannot take it anymore.
Is that a working title? Is that I hope that's not what they're going with.
Listen, the Trust Me Bro administration is going to get into Operation Enduring PSYOP. What's the fucking problem? Oh, that sounds good to me.
The administration of tea. I've made it up.
Yeah.
Or our country is bankrupting itself over our own obligations to our own people. We should not ever send one soldier to Iran. And I hope I'm pretty clear.
You're a pussy,
on that.
Rand Paul. Look, I want to rip the Band-Aid off. I want to get this over with. We've been talking about this for fucking 40 years. I'm done.
The Rand-Aid off.
Look, win or lose, let's go fight Iran. Let's just do it. Because then I don't have to fucking hear about it anymore.
That's what we said about Afghanistan. Then after Iran, we're going to fight someone else.
We didn't hear about Afghanistan for fucking nonstop for 40 years.
Because we were there for 20 of them.
No, my point is that we went there suddenly. Then we stayed there for 20 years. I want to start this 20-year process now.
Those Muslims attacked our buildings.
I'm just saying, man. I'd rather get this over with, bro. It's like fucking. It's ever since 1970s. We've been like Iran. Let's just go then. Win or lose, let's just go. Winner take all. So you shut the fuck up about it already. Tired of hearing it.
Yeah,
been hearing about Iran since I was a baby.
Me
I'm
too.
Sick of this
Me
shit.
too. I've been hearing this forever since I was a kid.
Nuke 'em or don't. Shit or get off the pot.
Well, I don't think Rand has a lot of control. He's not even invited to the White House, and Nancy Pelosi was. So, Steve Bannon did kind of get pissed at the Bible stuff, though, and this was pretty funny.
For Ted Cruz, dude, I'm not exactly the churchiest guy in the world, and I know you're, Mr. Bible. When you talk about the Genesis thing, isn't our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ the new covenant? Now, I'm a Catholic, and the Catholics, as everyone knows, are not as intensely into the Bible. I think that's changing now, but particularly when I was raised.
It's a little weird.
Well, they're into it now, but just specifically the Old Testament.
It's weird that you're the biggest Christian body in the world, and you're like, Bible schmibel.
Yeah, let's just fucking put gold on everything and wear big hats.
The biggest Jewish body in the world is Randy Fine.
Yeah. Hey, let's just worship Jesus' mom and wing it from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
That's it.
To be fair, a lot of them are Latins and Italians, so of course they're going to worship the woman.
Mm-hmm. It's like you got a room with all the guys who started denomination, and you started telling the story of Jesus, and the Catholic dude just cannot get over the virgin birth.
No, have you heard my theory? Have you heard my theory?
No, what?
The Catholic Church is just a Ponzi scheme to sell candles. Honestly,
that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Big wax lying to you.
Well, they're also holding up the stained glass industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes.
Somebody has to.
The Mass, the Catholic Mass.
Why though? We can't
What do you
let
mean?
that die.
Why? Yeah, man. Fucking. Do you know how many jobs that creates for that one French dude that still does it? Come on, dude.
probably like 7 There's
dollars.
probably, like,
No,
7 guys who do stained
You
glass.
saw, speaking of France, you saw the Louvre employees were fucking striking because they go, there's too many people, too many tourists come here, it's too full. And it's like, okay, but like you can't hoard some of the greatest art in the world and then be like, everyone wants to see it, leave.
Yeah.
That's not how it works, dude.
But particularly when I was raised. But in the Mass, the Catholic Mass, at the most solemn part, the new and everlasting covenant. This whole thing, it was one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard in my life. A grown man that professes to be a Christian. The New Testament's
I want to point something out that I think is worth pointing out, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic, but I just went to go check the front page of Rumble because, some people still fucking lie to themselves and thinks we're going to be up there one day again. I want to say something right now. I'm looking just at our Rumble numbers. I'm not looking at YouTube. Forget YouTube. Ignore YouTube for a second. We have about 1,100 people at one point, about 1,000 now watching us just on Rumble, right? And we're not on the front page, obviously. We basically don't exist. But then if you go look at the front page of Rumble right now, Kimberly Guilfoyle only has 940 watching, and she's on the fucking front page, okay? Candace Owens only has 1,000 more people watching than we do currently right now. And there's other just replays up there, and somebody playing Black Ops 7 with 300 people. At this point, it's clearly personal, right, Rumble? At least just fucking tell us it's personal, because it ain't a numbers thing. It ain't a money thing. I mean, we're the biggest show on the creator program, and we can't get any front page. All right, man, whatever. It's fine.
It's always been personal with them.
Nah, I know, but I just like pointing it out sometimes. Scoop said, did people forget that Trump shook hands with Al-Qaeda's Syrian leader last month and called him an attractive, tough guy? No, I didn't forget that. Brendan Lucas says, Iran can't have nukes because they spent their dwindling wealth building 3 terrorist armies, the IRGC, Hezbollah, and Hamas. If they get a hold of a nuke, their behavior will persist. What are you talking about, bro?
Huh?
Netanyahu created Hamas.
Dude, you know,
is he Iranian?
I thought it'd be funny. It's like I got like a little net, and then like
no, don't do it. That's crazy.
That's wild,
bro. That's fucking wild.
That'll show those fucking people.
Gates up above says, Royce, calm down, okay? The war with Iran will be a lot quicker than the Afghan/Iraq war because those two countries were more advanced in the stupid bone and mud hut villages that is Iran. I don't think so. No, it's not what Iran is. Iran's actually okay. Well, let's just do it. I'm with Mersh. I want it over with too. I honestly agree because as long as you stop talking about it,
Have you given the order? That's all I want to know. It's not.
Oh, this is Pete Hegseth.
Not theoretical. For the U.S. military, not law enforcement. They can arrest all day long. That's their job. Do they have the ability, the uniformed military, to arrest and detain protesters currently today? It's a yes or no thing. Authority.
It's sort of amusing the extent to which the speculation is out there. These troops are given very clear orders.
Then what is the order? Then list it out for us. Be a man. List it out.
Stop interrupting.
You authorized them.
Be a man.
Be a man, Hogan.
Arrest. That is a fundamental issue of democracy. I'm not.
Take it to the Supreme Court.
Not trying to be a snot here.
Yeah, you are.
You're not being a snot. You're being a cunt.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the actual.
I'm just asking questions. I was told that was anti-Semitic.
Them to do that.
All of these orders and what they're sent there to do are public.
Okay, so say it. So say it. Yes or no?
I'd like to.
Please, yes or no?
As I've said time and time again through interruption, they're there to protect law enforcement.
Do they have
ICE
the ability to arrest?
Who are trying to do their job, deporting illegals who were allowed in by the previous administration.
So they cannot arrest and detain citizens of the United States, the uniformed military.
As we've stated.
Right?
No, the United States military can only kill citizens with drone bombs like Obama did. That's fine.
And doctors. Lots of doctors, too.
We're allowed to do that, but only if the doctors don't have borders. Yeah. Or even if they do, it doesn't matter.
If necessary, in their own self-defense, they could temporarily detain and hand over to ICE. But there's no arresting going on. And you know this better than you're trying to play political games. There's no arresting of U.S. personnel.
Let's both just talk at the same time, constantly at once.
Members of the protest. Have you authorized U.S. military cyber tools to investigate people participating in these protests?
These fucking asshole lefties have the audacity to talk about spying on Americans when they asked to get all the credit card records of anyone that was in the D.C. area for 4 days. Go fuck yourself. Honestly, go fuck yourself.
Or no?
Certainly in no way that I'd be aware of.
Okay, that's good. I love that answer. That's great. Have you given the order to be able to shoot at unarmed protesters in any way? I'm just asking the question. Don't laugh. Like the whole country. And by the way,
but why are you asking those questions? Like that's like asking like, did you authorize them to rape a bunch of women on the streets? Like you're just asking ridiculous questions on purpose.
my colleagues
What is
across
that
the
based
aisle.
on? What evidence would you
It
have
is
that an
based
order
on
like that
Donald
has ever
Trump
been given?
giving that order to your predecessor, to a Republican secretary. I give a lot of credit to the order. He had more guts and balls than you because he
Sweetheart,
said, I'm
you
not going
sound
to send in
hysterical.
a uniformed military to do something that I know in my gut isn't right.
More balls? Okay. We're allowed to do that kind of stuff, right? Listen here, stupid tits. You're just mad that we're not going to put women in active military roles anymore, and it's fucking awesome. And all the trans fucking drag store airs are not going to have a fucking uniform either. I don't even tell you. I know you like your pregnant flight suits and all that shit. Military's kind of fucking gay now. So I don't really care if we start beating up people on the streets. Honestly, I don't fucking care. That's where I'm at now. I don't care anymore.
He was asked to shoot at their legs. He wrote that in
Good.
his book.
So
That's
it shows that he's not trying to kill him.
Hearsay. So you're poo-pooing.
But he wrote that in his book, but it is hearsay. Because he said the president told him that. And we're just going off his word.
Of this, actually the weapons served along the force.
Senator, I'd be careful what you read in books and believing it, except for the Bible.
Oh, good shot.
Honestly, that was kind of corny, Pete. Come on.
I don't know what this is. I'm just going to play it. Apparently, it's black dudes reacting to The View.
Yeah, I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Wait, say that again. What are they saying? That black people living in America is worse than living in Iran.
Yeah,
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Guys, don't go.
If you're black.
Look at this. Yeah, this is amazing.
Okay, this is great. This is funny.
Right?
This is pretty
Niggas are
funny.
having bombs dropped on them right now. We at this bitch with a school bus.
This is the country.
now.
This is the country with the most black millionaires. If you look at the Forbes list,
I love how
30
the
under
second
30,
guy
how
goes,
many-
there are school buses having bombs dropped on them.
I love how the two of them just articulate themselves so well. The other one just throws his headphones and leaves.
Fuck off.
I'm not even doing
Fuck
this.
off.
Like 3 totally different reactions, but they're all on the same page.
Yeah.
This is the
This guy's just laughing. Guy's just laughing in the back.
country. This is the country with the most black millionaires. If you look at the Forbes list, 30 under
This is pretty
30.
funny,
How
man.
many black people was on there?
It's no
How many
way.
black people was on the top content creators list? 10 M's plus.
It's no way.
Like what the hell? What the hell?
Did I hear that?
What the
She-
hell?
she-
She up $60 million talking about her life hard because she black.
That's pretty funny.
Did I just hear
What
that
the
right?
fuck?
Also black and easily recognizable and famous.
Yeah.
So it's not even like, you
With
know.
a Jewish last name.
I'm just saying, when you see a famous black person, you don't have the same reaction of like,
Come on,
oh
man.
no, should I cross the street? You're like,
Yeah, I don't think Denzel Washington's going to steal my wallet.
I'm pretty sure that guy plays for the Bucks.
That's a good point.
Like, that's awesome.
Pretty sure that's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Getting blown
It's no,
up
it's
right
no
now.
way I heard that right, bro.
Bro, I'm sick of the whole black people are oppressed shit.
I just cannot believe that shit. Not
This shit
if
is
you're
fucking
black.
bullshit. Bitch talking about black people getting hung. What the fuck?
Whoopi, you probably have security. You're Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi
played on
Cushion.
on did she play on The Color Purple?
Yes, man. So do they believe America is still in like the 1940s,
You know what?
30s?
She's stuck in The Color Purple. She shouldn't have played that role.
She's stuck in The Color
That's the
Purple.
problem. When you do them slavery movies in the United States, that's the problem right now. They need to stop making slave movies.
Okay,
That's
these guys are pretty
hilarious.
funny, I'll be honest with you.
See, dude, that's how I feel about. That's how I feel. That's like enough Holocaust movies, okay? Like, stop.
Okay, well, fine, then I'll show you some queer joy.
Got it. So I'm working on half of my house to be Sesame Street. As you
Why do you have a house? Why do you, as an adult? Oh, I know the answer. Forget it. It's a sad answer.
So is that like Mousetrap, but for a full-grown kid?
I don't know, but Linz
Like a Rube Goldberg.
Linz is about to sue whatever this thing is.
I'm working on half of my house to be Sesame Street.
Bottom half or top half?
Also, I know we're obviously going with the angle like this guy's creepy and we don't want him around kids, but also that's whatever it is. Look, I'm tired. I'm not wasting brain power anymore trying to figure out what you people are. You're all they thems now. Okay, I'm.
It's easier.
Yeah, you're a fucking freak, is what you are. But like, forget about the trying to obviously be a child molester thing, which I believe.
What about this makes you seem this?
But you're also living proof that maybe HOAs aren't a bad idea. You know what I mean? I don't want it to look like a goddamn a toy dollhouse next door. You know what I mean? I'd be like, throw that shit out.
As you can see.
Royce, she's Sesame Streeting her bottom half. She's turning her Snuffleupagus into a Grover.
Oh.
And then the other half is going to be all Canadian kids shows. So right now I have the...
Why all the kids show stuff? You're an adult.
Because otherwise, how's everybody going to know how molested this person got?
Friendly Giant Castle. I've got the Tickle...
Well, Chris Paul Rainbows has entertained and educated nearly 16.8
Educated them in what?
million viewers on TikTok with his videos that help to educate the world of all things queer and farm animals.
Oh, you saw Trump extended the TikTok ban. The TikTok lifted the ban for up until September now.
And just fun and colorful. He joins us live now. For
I think we should have gotten rid of TikTok. It's fucking poison.
At his fascinating journey. Chris, welcome.
Think about it. If TikTok got nuked, can you think of anyone who isn't just the worst person alive that would have been affected? Like everyone affected, it's just the worst people alive.
Our clips do shitty on there.
For breakfast, so great of you to join us.
Thank you so much. And
thank you so much.
Happy Pride to you.
Happy Pride.
I loved you in Beetlejuice.
Asian chicks kind of count though.
Yeah.
Right. You have so many amazing stories, but I got to take it back to the gayest cake. The
gayest cake is carrot. Obviously.
I was going to say sprinkle.
I guess.
Funfetti is the gayest cake. It's delicious, but it's very
Funfetti.
gay.
They literally
It's very
called it
gay.
the gayest name.
It's very gay.
Funfetti.
Funfetti is, I don't give a fuck. That shit is fire. But I know I'm eating a gay cake when I'm eating it.
What a pretty person.
That was a pivotal moment for you. You decided to quit what you were doing and then focus full time on being a keynote speaker, an educator, a creative strategist. Remind us of
how do you become all those things?
Really done your homework.
You've really done your homework.
This thing is gross.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I can answer your question, Royce. How does it do all those things? Well, when you start a hobby and you're kind of bad at it, you move on to another hobby and then another and then another. And then look at you. You're a man of many talents.
She's something. Or he's something. Or whatever. They're something.
Watch my videos.
Yeah,
it was I think it was back in 2000.
Joey Swoll's going to yell at us for making fun of somebody. We don't want to get yelled at by Joey Swoll.
Imagine make fun of somebody in the comfort of your own home. Yeah, I can do that.
I can do that, okay?
And by the way, Joey Swoll, I don't care how fucking flexed you are. I'll shoot you if you come to my house. So you can't get me kicked out anywhere because I don't want to fucking go anywhere. So
in 16, and I don't know if everyone remembers, but that guy in the States was like, I'm not making a cake for gay people. And I was like,
yeah, and you took a brave stance.
What year was that?
It was fucking
what year was that?
Like 2011 or something.
Yeah, it's been a long
Bro,
time.
shut the fuck up.
Like, oh, I want a gay cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how markets work.
You don't look like someone who's been affected in any way by a shortage of cake.
So I called my local baker and I said, make me the gayest cake you can. And they did. And I put it online and I said, in Canada, when you ask for a gay cake, you get a gay cake. And
right, and then his name's Trudeau, and he ran your country for a while.
No, see, the point was...
Trudeau wasn't Jewish. Oh, cake.
Cake.
No,
Cake.
no. The point was with that baker is that he was famously a Christian man, and they specifically targeted him and requested he make a gay cake so that they could sue him.
Of course, it was on purpose. They went to every baker in the shop, and the one that denied them, they went and they sued. That's what happened with that story. They're making it seem like they just stumbled in there and they wouldn't make a cake for their gay wedding. By the way, which makes no sense. All weddings are gay.
It went viral. Like it was all
The
over
only straight
the
weddings are done at courthouses.
world. I was getting messages from everyone, and I just decided, like, oh, if I can just, I can make such a big difference with such a.
Can you? Because you just look like a fucking clown to me.
What difference did you make? Because you know what I've noticed in the past couple of years, especially you guys after you guys lost that election, a lot less tolerating of this and a lot less of these puff pieces. Sure, there's some on local news, but it's not like it used to be. And there's not, and you could kind of make fun of them a lot more than you used to pass. So people are kind of fed up. You know, we talk about the black fatigue thing. Yeah, sure, that's true. But the trans fatigue is real. Like, it's real.
Simple message.
You want to know the difference? Because at least black people play on my fantasy team, and I get to watch it and enjoy that. You guys aren't. You don't guys really provide anything for me.
Yeah, I've met black
I could do
people I
more,
liked.
more of this. So yeah, I changed my whole life.
Oh my gosh.
You know what him? You know what him and all these other like TikTok and fucking Instagram influencers all have in common? They've all looked at their phone at some point and said, "What does monetization mean? Why? What does that mean?"
Well, you know what I like is that on the bottom right, it says what he watches on his computer all day.
Yeah, it says what he watches and how many hours.
How many hours a day? Yeah.
Yeah, and this cake was something else.
It was. It was.
Rainbow unicorn, all the colors, all the,
It had all of
messages.
like the identities around
Yeah.
bi and lesbian and trans. It was made by Cake and Loaf in Hamilton, and it was so beautiful. And actually, a year later, I went back to Cake and Loaf, and I saw my cake coming down the stairs again. I said, "Wait a minute, what's going on?" And somebody had ordered the cake for their kid who was coming out as trans.
Wow.
Canada, you guys are so fucking cooked.
Because they had seen the story, and that was, I was like, full circle.
Full circle moment.
Pride moment.
Oh my god.
You guys have to know that the way you act is not appealing to the most average person.
It's obnoxious.
It's not an appealing way to live your life. Like you are very annoying. And if you don't believe me, people will lie to you and they'll lie to you and they'll lie to you, and I get it. But nobody wants somebody like you with your energy, dressed like you, sitting next to them at a restaurant or anywhere in public, or maybe imagine being out on a date and then this fucking monster's next to you with a unicorn cake and sparklers.
And being like, oh my god, that looks so great. And you're like, what do you? Can you not be
Can
like
you
this?
talk normal? And what do you? This is a Ruth Chris. Why are you wearing a fucking fish shirt? You retard.
Gosh, look, I know you have a tortoise.
I do.
Named Ruckus.
Rock.
You're so gay.
Hudson.
Rock Hudson.
I saw that you
Ruckus.
put him up there. He had a prolapse butt, and I.
Are you fucking the turtle?
Turtle fucker.
Why does your turtle have a prolapsed anus?
That's why it has turtles.
You're baiting us again. I know this. This is bait.
Put it up there, and I saw that you showed the video. I was like, poor Rock in his butt. This is breakfast television. Am I allowed to say butt?
Shut up.
Yeah, that was the least offensive
Let's read
word
some
in
of
the last
the
four sentences.
top comment. This is sickening. A 19-second clip from Florida winning the Stanley Cup. You had 5:31 for this. Yeah, they only played a 19-second clip of Florida winning the Stanley Cup and 5:31 for this.
Did you hear we broke it?
Yeah, good. It's Florida. I love that we broke it.
By the way,
we're not the first people to break it.
It doesn't matter. It's ours. It's ours every year. We're allowed to do what we want with it. We keep winning it. We can break it.
Huh.
Fucking Brady almost dropped a goddamn Super Bowl trophy off a boat. Remember that?
Hell yeah, he did. Thomas Muller said, it was one of the comments, I'm not an alcoholic, but I'm planning on it. This is ridiculous, deranged, and weird. There is not one positive comment. Disabled by owner, you can't dislike it.
Wait, that's a thing?
You could turn dislikes off, yeah. You could turn it off if you want.
Why? What's the point of that?
Oh, that way you're not hurt by down fingers.
Allowed.
Oh, I have a feeling the reason this person's like that is because they were hurt by some fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you've done so much in terms of just speaking.
What? What have you done that has helped the greater good of society? Please tell me what you've done. Have you cured cancer? Have you stopped homelessness? Or did you order a... You're on YouTube. A gay cake.
To communities, sharing your message of resilience. What are you focused on this Pride?
But it's true, man, and they're always like this. It could be like 4 a.m. You walk into a coffee place or being at the airport and like, ta-da! all the time. All the time. Oh, well, who was the guy in fucking Hannah and Wayne's World that was always throwing the confetti?
Oh, Rip Torn.
Rip Torn. They're always Rip Torn on all the time, throwing confetti and screaming, "Yes, Queen!"
Jesus, Rip Torn. That's why they only had him in Wayne's World for like 2 seconds.
God,
that's about the dosage you can handle.
Relax. Look, man, I wasn't even. You know what? Listen, if the gays were like the gay guy from Independence Day, like I gotta call my mother, that wouldn't bother me. That gay doesn't bother me. But this like, yes, oh my God,
They're
all
like,
the time.
they just sound like boat horns going off 24/7. It's loud and obnoxious. It's
Stop. Just fucking, you want some respect. Act like a normal person. Oh, what does normal mean? Like fucking not this. Merish, but you know what you can do if you want to watch tomorrow's movie riff? RevengeOfTheSith.locals.com or Patreon.com/we're-not-sorry. $7
listen to the man.
$7 a month. Tomorrow we are doing, for Pride Month, we are watching the Cuba Gooding Jr. and Horatio Sands classic movie, Boat Trip. So that's going to be fun. Make sure
to see the boat movie.
And we're Wednesdays. You get the full show just for you guys. Half of Friday shows normally when we're not doing a movie riff. $7 a month. You help. We had a bunch of signups yesterday. We had like between both platforms like 25 people that signed up. So thank you to everyone that signed up. You guys are awesome. Sign up now. You help us keep doing the show if you like what we're doing. This is pretty much how we make our money. We get live reads every once in a while, but not as often as we deserve to because we don't kiss enough ass, which is fine. I don't want to kiss ass. I'm too old for this. But because of that, I also need a pee. So I'll be right back.
Walking my down. Walking my down. Walking my down. Walking my down. Everything I lose on the moves, on the moves. Everything I lose on the moves, on the moves. But everything I lose on the moves, on the moves. Everything I moves on the moves, on the moves, on the moves. Everything I moves in the moves in the moves in the Everything I moves in the moves in the moves in the Everything I moves in the moves in the moves in the Everything I moves in the moves in the moves in the Everything I moves in the moves in the moves in the Everything I moves in the moves in the moves in the Everything I moves and the moves and the moves and the moves. Everything I moves and the moves and the moves and the moves. Everything I moves and the moves and the moves and the moves. Everything I moves and the moves and the moves and everything I moves and the moves and the moves and the everything I moves and the moves and the moves and the everything I moves and the moves and the everything I moves and the moves and the moves and the
days, running a small business can be a big challenge. Whether we're receiving a flower delivery for unclear reasons, or raising the blinds and flipping over the open-closed sign, which is how I spend most of my workday, or even making a latte for a black woman, an iced tea for a white woman, and a coffee for a gently brown guy who could go in a lot of different directions. We've got our hands full. That's why Chase Bank is here for us. When this man in a suit from Chase Bank came down and shook my hand at my place of business, it really solidified what we'd already talked about at his office. Now we're looking at a laptop like my stupid little coffee shop is going to be a big disruptor in the online space. And my Chase business card allows me to make those emergency purchases that I lose sleep at night over. Chase understands my business the way they understand all businesses, as a huge reverse funnel that shoves money upwards to them. Hey, another flower delivery. These'll look great in the bathroom while I'm pooping blood from the stress. Now I'm flipping over that open-closed sign again. Is that a new stadium with Chase's name on it? How'd they afford that? I'll be in this bathroom for a while. Better toss it to the announcer.
At Chase Bank, we're about more than just foreclosing on American servicemen while overseas. We're about small business. So when you think of Chase, don't think of the 2008 financial crash. Think of your local sympathetic small business.
Flower delivery.
Yeah, guys, we're good on flowers for a while.
Second hour ROTC. Thank you for staying with us. We do appreciate it. Tomorrow, don't forget, is a Locals and Patreon show. Sign up right now, $7 a month. Look at the description of this video and you'll see it. And by the way, guys, I you know, if you're watching on Rumble or YouTube or whatever, like the video. It takes like a second. If you're new over here, subscribe on either one of them. You know, tell people. I know some people just watch videos, and I do it too, where like there'll be people that I watch on YouTube, and they'll come up my algorithm all the time, so I never even bother to subscribe because you know they just come up.
Yeah.
And then I forget, and then they disappear. So yeah, do me a favor, guys. Like and subscribe. You help us out doing the show.
Like a scribe.
All right, let's. Here we go. This is a fun one.
As we celebrate the 10th year of marriage equality in our country, marriage is the beginning of a new chapter and a shared journey. It's about
That's right. It wasn't a slippery slope at all, and they got what they wanted, and then they never asked for anything else again.
The end.
Josh Sanders introduces us to a couple whose bond grew even stronger when one spouse helped the other become their most authentic self.
Vic Crozier and...
So you're a lesbian. You marry a girl. The girl then decides she wants to be a man, forcing you to no longer be a lesbian. And you guys think that we're intolerant? That sounds fucking crazy. Jake gave $10 over on Ko-Fi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lauren Conrad fell for each other fast.
We had a date, and everything's pretty much history from there.
Good. No, what a good-looking dude you turned out to be, man.
Yeah,
I gave her a drawer, and she never left.
I gave her a drawer, and she never left. Now you sound like a gay guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen couples that are together that break up because somebody changed fucking careers. You know what I mean? Forget about genders.
Or gained a little weight.
Yeah, seriously.
Met each other through a mutual friend and quickly bonded after breakups. And Lauren formed a deep connection with Vic's son, PJ.
I'm sure.
Yeah, your son?
He was hugging on her, and I'm like, well, that's it. Like, if he's in, I'm in.
You guys are like so shallow-minded and everything. It's so stupid. Yeah, kids will also hug a Ninja Turtle, like, and hug somebody in a fucking Disney costume. Are you gonna marry Donald Duck?
I knew what I wanted, and we just had this chemistry, and still do, that has transcended, obviously, a lot of things.
Yeah, clearly, you guys keep yourselves really good-looking.
They married 10 years ago.
Oh, she was one of those, like, lesbians, though.
Yeah. When they both identified as women, celebrating their union twice, once in Scotland and the other in a friend's backyard in Delaware.
Why do you need both?
This one would marry me 50 times if he could.
But if marriage is a journey, 7
Oh, it's a joke. You said joke wrong.
years ago, Lauren helped Vic take steps down a new path.
So early on in our relationship, I was like, you're not a lesbian. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I think there's something else going on here.
I thought this was going to be one of those where the trans person just drop that on them in the middle of a relationship. But no, this is the first one I've seen where the other girl
It was their idea.
is put it in
Why
their
didn't
head.
you just go be with a dude?
Yeah, but that's what happened, right? Like you could see she planted the seed in their head.
In my heart, I guess, I was pushing back.
Still sits like a girl.
Yeah, of course.
And saying I don't feel comfortable with this, but I didn't have the language, nor at that time did I have any knowledge that there were people that existed outside of the binary.
What year was this? When did you transition that you didn't know this existed? Did you see the seminal hit Tu Wong Fu?
I very much identified with my dad's clothing. My dad traveled a lot for work, and I would go in and
Yeah, I get
sleep
it, man. Hoodies are comfortable, but like you don't have to cut your fucking tits off over it.
in his wardrobe and wear his watches.
You could just be a skater girl and wear hoodies all the time. Nobody will care.
Vic began his transition to become his authentic self.
Got hooked up with a really great nurse practitioner through Mazzoni and started down that road of hormones, and here we are.
Wait, did I lose Virgie and Pessy? Neither one of them are in there right now.
You know, a lot more hair here and a little bit more up on top.
Obviously, I'm supportive of you no matter what, and I love you, and I'm attracted to you.
Their love proves that true partnership means celebrating who you are and who you're meant to become despite challenges facing the LGBTQ plus community.
What challenges?
It's a frightening time for a lot of people in the community. I think it's particularly frightening for trans women with the rhetoric that's going on right now.
We are no different than
What rhetoric?
any other family.
We are.
You are very different. You're very different. Both of you have pussy holes and one of you has a beard. That's not like every other normal family. Most normal families is, a man and a woman and kids. And, a lot of normal families are fucked up too. But like biologically, you're not like a normal family. And that kid right there that's probably going to be trans doesn't stand a chance.
Are here.
Oh, and you're a Penn State fan, so probably Sandusky situation.
And we're not going anywhere.
Standing strong.
I don't care. Just shut the fuck up about it.
Strong and standing together. Josh Sanders, CBS News,
Philadelphia, because our city's falling apart, but it's important. That's what's because you know what? You know what I heard the other day, Mersh? I was watching a news broadcast. All the problems in Philadelphia have been solved. There's no more crime.
It's utopia.
The roads are smooth.
Kensington Avenue is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see this one.
Now to a new warning about products easily available at convenience stores known as gas station heroin.
Okay,
BBC's
let's
Allison
go.
Cossack explains the growing concern.
This morning, a new warning from the FDA about products like these, marketed as energy shots or cognitive supplements, sold at gas stations, convenience stores, and vape shops. Sometimes called gas station heroin for its opioid-like effects, these elixirs, pills, and powders with names like Neptune's Fix and Zaza contain...
Zaza, I've heard that one.
I love whenever the news does this because it's like, oh, I didn't know about this. Where do I get these items?
tianeptine, a drug that's never been approved by the FDA.
All you're doing is making kids want to do it.
Addictive and cause serious side effects.
It's very invigorating.
Oh, God, a fat girl's crying. It's going to be bad.
It's a distraction from reality.
ABC
Yeah, so's weed.
News spoke with Hannah Gilliam last year. She says she got addicted to tianeptine.
It was miserable.
You sure you didn't get fucking addicted to candy?
Yeah. Well, she probably got off the shit and then she started snacking a lot.
I have withdrawed from heroin. I've withdrawed from pain pills. I've withdrawn, pain pills that were come with fentanyl, and they don't even measure close.
Okay, so wait a second. You've had to withdraw from 3 things, and I don't think the fucking Zaza is the problem here, fat ass.
To what those withdrawals from tianeptine felt like.
Calls to poison control centers involving tianeptine have increased by
more than 0.3%.
more than 500% in recent
Yeah,
years.
because nobody,
before
literally.
that. It wasn't real.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing.
Hold on. What? Did you know that gun violence spiked 3,000% when guns were invented? Is that crazy?
They skyrocketed.
Years. Now, the FDA, in a new letter to health professionals, warns about the
It called everybody squares and to stop being narcs.
magnitude of the underlying danger of these products, urging consumers to avoid all products containing tianeptine, including those claiming to treat an ailment or disorder.
I don't want any other mother to go through what I'm going through.
Christy Terry says her son suffered from migraines. He went to a gas station looking for something to soothe his symptoms.
And they were out of Excedrin.
Yeah, I bet your son never did a drug in his life. It
Yeah.
was migraines.
He was taking taking it for migraines. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't go to fucking Walgreens and buy some Excedrin. You went straight to the Haji store and you bought tianeptine. Come on.
Mersh, I do cocaine to study.
Dude, I took those 7-0 pills because it was pain. It was for pain management.
And wound up taking 12 of the 15 pills in the bottle of tianeptine.
Okay, hold on a second. Whoa. That wasn't to get rid of a fucking headache.
Sir?
Your little angel was addicted to drugs and probably took a couple and was like, I don't even feel this shit. And then he kept taking it.
The bottle suggested only 2 pills a day.
So whose fault is this then?
Yeah, it's like the Tylenol bottle.
So let's shut everything down because one guy can't read?
He could read, he didn't care.
Well,
All I
I know,
knew-
I'm just kidding, but...
That he had took them pills for a headache.
He done took them pills, my baby was an angel.
He never did nothing wrong a day in his life.
I swear sometimes I can still hear him in our double wide.
But I had no idea that they would have took his life.
While it's technically illegal to have tianeptine in products in the U.S., doctors say companies are able to manufacture products with it because it's a gray area of regulation, with supplements not facing the scrutiny medications.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm sorry your son died. We're not shutting the country down over it.
Yeah,
also,
seriously.
note to self, look up tianeptine.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what that's about. I mean, I need to know if it's good. I mean, I need to judge it on my own, you know. As an investigative journalist, I need to try it to see how it is.
Oh, I heard about that. The Dikey chef lady?
Yeah. Girl Fieri.
I remember this broad. She was one of the only, I remember her being very notable as in the Food Network
A report of
crowd.
cardiac arrest sent emergency crews to Ann Burrell's Brooklyn home.
These little leaves will add their timey goodness.
The sudden
without
death
having
of
to
the
add little
celebrity
sticky
chef
Jackson in
Tuesday
there.
coming just
I'm gonna go
hours
ahead and
after the
get this in.
55-year-old
That broad could
embarked
fucking cook, too, man. She made some banger food.
She did.
55-year-old embarked on a new adventure, doing improv on Second City's Brooklyn stage Monday night.
If only she would have died before she tried improv comedy. She would have had a great legacy. She just had to wait one day, and she would have died without the stain of doing improv comedy. I'm sorry, but I gotta say,
Was somebody partying a little bit after the show?
I'm thinking that's because of course it's typical. Everyone's like, it's the vax. Look, this wasn't a vax thing, okay?
No,
this was a.
I don't think so.
Party thing.
New adventure.
By the way, we can get over the vax thing. I'm pretty sure, aside from the turbo cancers, I'm pretty sure, the heart attack, stroke shit, we've kind of gone over that hill at this point. It's now going to be, years later, and somebody's going to have a heart attack, and they're going to go, I bet it was the vax. And you're like, that was 15 years ago. What are you talking about?
Doing improv.
And
on
also, if they're over 50, let it go. I was more concerned about the 20-year-olds with 0.4% body fat who were runners, who were dropping dead at the fucking Brooklyn Marathon.
Not
and
the
shit.
fat chef that's making mayo sandwiches.
Yeah. If I drop dead of a heart attack tonight, nobody's going to launch a whole inquiry into it. But if you're a 19-year-old fucking stud athlete, we're all going, I'm a little curious about that. That kid never even smoked a
How
cigarette.
quickly before your cats eat your face, though, you think?
Well, I have automatic feeders. So probably
when that
not.
runs out?
Yeah, probably when that runs out. Louis will probably start picking at me a little because he gets a little peckish in between meals.
That's fair.
Second City's Brooklyn stage Monday night. Olive Hoy was there.
It's bittersweet to think about it right now.
Now that I
because
think about it, I wonder if that's why my landlord's so okay with cats. Because they probably will lessen the mess
that's true.
That they got to get rid of. It's pretty smart.
Let's see what the space agent has to say.
she was in such high spirit. It was very funny.
A Food Network star for 2 decades, Burrell created a recipe for success.
Yeah,
baby. Woo! Humor and
I called her Girl Fieri.
This is like eating
I always liked her on these shows, though. She was one of the less boring, less annoying chefs.
So you know who I hated on Chopped? The brunette one. That brunette, a long-haired bitch who she was
Okay.
always mean and always cunty to everybody.
Personality and talent.
And what the sauce and the pasta do is kind of get together and make a little hug. It's a hug.
Topped off by her signature look. Burrell's specialty, Italian
Was looking fucking crazy.
Yeah, looking like a crazy person.
cooking, learned in Italy, then perfected in some of New York's top restaurants. Iron Chef America first brought Burrell into people's homes. She competed on and hosted a variety of shows, most famously, The Worst Cooks in America.
I saw a lot of salt going on this.
This show is actually pretty funny. The Worst Cooks in America, they were really fucking, they took regular people to cook. It was really bad.
I'm sorry.
The child from upstate New York climbing all the way to the top of the TV food pyramid. And as she often posted...
Wow, from upstate New York to New York City. What a journey.
What a commute. The tolls must have killed her.
Turning now to a story you'll only see on Local 10. A fraudster is accused of stealing money.
Why is this ugly bitch
listen, sloppy.
Ew!
You sloppy bitch. Tighten up.
God, she's so fucking...
She's pretty.
Oh, my God.
Fraudster is accused of stealing money from a man in his 60s through a fake real estate investment scheme. That man...
How do people...
I don't know.
I always wonder, like, how people who fall for this kind of shit made $1.6 million. Like, how are you that stupid? And you made that much money?
I don't know, but that's a really good question.
Speaking with Local 10 this afternoon. Rosh Lowe is live in Sunny Isles Beach with this exclusive. Rosh.
$1.6 million.
Oh, yeah, we love this guy.
This guy's hungover.
Yeah, he's the guy that's always fucking hungover. I don't want to even fucking be here, man.
Can you even imagine you invest that?
This job sucks in the summer, huh?
I think this job sucks all the time now, dude.
No, but I mean, like, it's one thing to go be a news guy at, like, in the winter in Florida or in the fall, but, like, you just got to go out with a jacket on in fucking 99-degree heat with a fucking 110% humidity.
Yeah.
And cops say it was all one big fraud.
I lost about
$1.6 million.
$1,600,000 money. It's all my assets.
Okay, how did you make $1.6 million?
You've lost everything.
I lost everything.
60-year-old Jose Luis Fernandez has lost it all.
Sunny Isles.
So you got, and it was a fake real estate thing. So you were investing every penny you had into this fucking weird deal?
Not even just half of it?
It'd be one thing if you go, yeah, I lost 25% of my net worth. Like,
That sucks.
You know what I mean? I put like $300,000 in this thing. You go, oh man, that sucks. I hope they get you, guy. But if you're like, I have nothing. I gave them all the money I've ever earned in my whole life. Well, you're a fucking idiot.
You think you'll get the money back?
I don't know.
And this woman, Ibis del Carmen Bruti, now facing first-degree felonies. Jose knew the suspect since 2012. He trusted her, invested with her to buy properties, but then cops say he kept investing.
Oh, wait, he knew her since 2012, so this wasn't like a fly-by-night thing. She probably was legit for a while and then fucked him.
Except the suspect never bought the properties, they say, and gave...
Oh, my God, she never brought the property since 2012. Okay, it's even worse. She's
That's
been scamming her for 13 years?
That's hilarious.
Fake financial documents from the mortgage company. You trusted her, but did she ever buy any of these properties?
Never. We have never the property was in sales. The owner don't know the situation. It's all fraudulent, all false. Document false. Everything is false.
Finally,
You're not getting that money back.
Yeah,
I hate
that
to break
money's
it to you.
gone.
That money is gone.
Became suspicious when he wanted his money, and she kept coming up with excuses, he says. Detectives interviewed the real owners of the properties, and Jose realized he was scammed. Did this woman ruin your life?
Yes. So now...
No. You ruined your life.
You're an idiot.
I hate to break it to you. You ruined your life. Is she a horrible person who should probably go to prison? Yes. But you ruined your own life.
My situation is very complicated. My economic situation, imagine.
You're out $1.6 million. I want people at home to understand that.
Yes, a lot of money.
Cops talking to the victim. They believe there are additional victims out there. In the meantime, the suspect appeared in court.
It's the same
Yeah,
judge.
Well, it's South Florida.
You have to show the money used to post your bond is from a legitimate source of funds.
This is more than just the money lost, says Jose. It's his trust in people.
He's a grandmother.
You trusted people? Whew. Mistake number one.
And it's a very shame situation for her to make this crime.
I used to be gynecologist in Cuba, and now I got scammed here in America.
Ouch.
Yeah, the victim lives here in Sunny Isles Beach, and as I mentioned there in the story, police are concerned because of how this woman knew what she was doing, the technicalities of it with the alleged fake
She was
documents.
definitely doing it to other people, dude.
They're very concerned there are more victims out there. So if you feel like you have been victimized by her...
No. I'm not an idiot. So that wouldn't happen. At least not to that
Meanwhile,
extent.
police have identified the man suspected of torching several NYPD vehicles in Brooklyn last week.
It comes as another police van was set on fire in a nearby neighborhood, but police say it's too soon to link both of those attacks.
So police cars are getting set on fire so often that they can't even link the attacks yet.
Briella Tomasetti is in Bushwick. What's going on?
Okay, so basically I'm out here and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, Rosanna and Kurt, good morning. Investigators tracked that suspect for about 40 minutes prior to the first incident that happened last week, following him on foot, watching him get onto the subway and traveling between Brooklyn and Manhattan. They also say he is connected to a recent protest at Columbia University where a statue was vandalized with red paint. That happened in September, but take a look at your screens right now because this is the man police are looking for. His name is 21-year-old Jackie Lodgton McCrae. According to the NYPD, he torched 11 department vehicles back on June 12th, parked at a lot on DeKalb Avenue here in Bushwick. Authorities allege that McCrae placed fire starters on the windshields, hoods, and
The Prodigy album?
No, the Drew
Tires
Barrymore
on
movie.
Oh, that's way worse.
With DVD copies.
detonated explosives were also found on the scene.
New York's looking pretty good, dude. I think New York's pretty cool. You know what? We should go visit again. It's been a while. We saw fucking Lewis and Big J were on Rogan again.
Mm-hmm.
The vehicle sustained $500,000 in damage, and it'll cost the city more than $800,000 more to replace
Did
them.
you see his retarded coffee brand?
No. What is it?
It's called Body Brain. Body Brain coffee. Yeah, that's
cool.
Yeah, this is cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
McCrae was tracked on surveillance video and allegedly changed his clothes several times. Police believe right now that he acted alone. In one case, he was seen entering a bodega with a gray hoodie, face mask, and dark-colored pants and shoes. Chief of Detectives...
Hear me out. I know how to fix this. Bodega Tigers.
Yeah.
Instead of Bodega Cats.
Damn, y'all got some big ass containers of kratom in that fucking case. I don't even think I've ever seen the jars that big. Holy
He
shit!
says he's
Have
no
you tried living in New York City? You need it.
Oh my goodness.
stranger to the NYPD either.
He has 2 prior arrests in New York City, both of them being protest-related for resisting arrest. One in the 1st precinct in Manhattan, one in the 114 precinct in Queens, and he's also wanted for a criminal mischief incident.
It's just nice to hear someone in the NYPD that's not Indian or black now. It's like a fucking old school cop sounding guy.
In Columbia University back in
This
September.
particular individual,
Where he disguised himself as a student and caused over $1,000 of damage to his statue.
I'll be honest though, I kind of respect this guy. He's not like doing like black crimes. He's doing protest crimes.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, he's not like for most of you pussies that are just out there yelling in the streets. This guy's being about that life.
yeah, he's like, okay.
He's torching police cars and shit.
Yesterday morning, another NYPD van was found burnt on Union Avenue in Williamsburg.
Oh,
Not
we're
too
running
far
out
from
of
here.
vans
The
over
vehicle was
here.
assigned to a transit district, and police believe it was ignited in a similar manner.
Mayor Adams signed it with a Turkish van company now, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
All the vans are...
Oh, great.
But officials say it is too soon to tell whether both of those fires are connected. McCrae's last known address was in Maplewood Township, New Jersey. Nobody was injured in that June 12th incident or in yesterday.
Well, I'm glad we played this Juneteenth story, honestly.
You couldn't have gotten anybody. Good Day New York's got a lot of fucking lookers, and we had to send you out today for this.
All right, so there's a new alpha male out there, right? Have you heard about this guy? Have you heard about this, Kevin?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what he is, okay? Imagine if you took Wes Watson, okay, Andrew Tate, mushed them together, but made him Israeli. So this is an Israeli manosphere guy.
I bet this guy's really likable.
People look at me as soon as I walk in and they're like, who is this guy? I look like I'm going to hurt somebody.
No, you
I don't look like I walk into a place and I'm just coming to have a good time. I'm coming to eat lunch.
No, you don't.
You don't. You look like
When I
every
walk in-
You look like every asshole ex-military guy that lives in Florida.
Yeah. I've been to Demolition Ranch.
Yeah.
It's like I'm literally.
Yeah,
gonna
it's literally.
hurt
You just look like a gun tuber.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have experience in counterterrorism?
For about a decade. You get trained for almost a year straight, and you get trained worldwide. That's why I've been to over 80 countries. And then after that, whenever there is a problem, if there's a terrorist right now in France, I have to go catch him in France. I was almost killed multiple times.
Yeah, dude, he had to get a terrorist in France, dude. That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, well, Jason Bourne? You were Jason Bourne then?
Yeah. Jewish Jason Bourne.
I was in Project Redstone. You might have heard of it.
No, I haven't, actually. I only watched the Jeremy Renner Bourne movies.
I was very sad when he killed Clive Owen.
I had it on my TiVo, dude. Why'd you got to do that? I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen the original Bourne movie
No,
yet?
but it's on my
It's
TiVo.
about time.
I'm gonna watch. I haven't seen any Matt Damon movies, actually.
Ready to have my head chopped off. So a
He's
lot
gonna
of
have
people
his
at
head
home will
chopped
look
off,
at
too.
it and say that's bullshit. It's because all the social media is bullshit. But if they don't think that there's people that are assassins in the world to save the
I do believe that there are people that are assassins. I do not believe you're one of them.
world so they could live the American dream, then they're out of their mind.
Have you ever anyone? Prefer not to answer.
All right, so here we have the pinnacle of alpha male delusion. I don't think it's possible.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. You don't want to hear Too Lazy to Try. I got you. It's been too much. No problem. I got you, man. We won't make you listen to Too Lazy to Try it. Not a big deal.
used it.
Oh! Yeah! That's
What is
right!
this knucklehead thinking about?
John Bravo, baby! We love him.
Out of 30 men at the same time with his own bare hands.
You know how many people today, you walk into a place, see a group of guys, go up to one of the guys, smack him in the head. The other boys go, hey, bro, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? Relax. We'll call the police. What do you mean relax? Everybody gets beat up. Everybody gets knocked out. Everybody's going to sleep. Once everybody's asleep, then I ask what happened. Everybody's going to sleep. I trained martial arts my whole life.
Can I ask why, and it's not just him, but there is this rising trend of podcasts where these guys go on and just lie, and then the hosts are like, whoa, that's cool. Like, bro, I'm seeing it in every genre. There's there's hackers that do it. There's former criminals that have their channels now. There's all these guys that just lie, and then like they go on podcasts, and people go, "That's so based."
Well, to be fair, that guy did, but this guy, the podcast that he's on here, didn't.
Because that's where he gets his wisdom from.
Of King Solomon.
This
earlier
guy.
in your Israeli.
This guy
That's
called
how
him
far
out.
up his own ass this guy is. It's hilarious.
We were talking earlier in your Israeli.
Yes.
And you just said you're a descendant of King Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is your first name's not King? Is it King?
No. Ben.
Ben.
I named myself
This guy was low key fucking the entire time too.
King once I found that out. And then I grew my beard. And I realized I have his wisdom.
And this guy is like if you took every alpha male I've talked about on this channel and combined them into one, and he might be more self-obsessed than
Out of everything.
the host seems kind of annoyed that he won't just answer his question.
What do you talk about on social media?
I have realized that because I talk about everything, yes, I go viral. Yes, everywhere I go, people know me. If I walk right now,
I just found out who you were.
I
like,
don't know.
Literally
I still
today.
don't really know who you are.
down at the hotels, people recognize me. People take pictures with me. People run up to me, hug me.
What do they say?
I honestly thought you were in the Y at 6, so like I don't even know like what you want me to tell you here, dude.
Some people cry.
But what for? What are you
Why would people cry?
He's like, but why?
saying?
But that's the thing, that every little reel has something else. So I talk about religion. I talk about relationship. I talked about women.
And also, like Wes, this guy's been to jail, or at least he claims he's been. I mean, who knows what to believe with him. He claims he's done everything. And it just seems like he copies all these other alpha males. Like, also a big thing with them is waking up early. You know, like the earlier you wake up, the more alpha you are or something.
It's
and
true.
the host tries to ask him what his day looks like.
Honestly,
and he starts
just a
talking
heads
about
up,
how
the
he wakes
earlier you wake up,
Watson.
it doesn't make you an alpha male. It's just the earlier you wake up, the earlier you have to go to bed.
That's
It's the
true.
only thing that
I've been
changes.
getting up at 5 to go to the gym, and I go to bed at 10 now.
There you go. That sounds fun.
It is for me.
For 10 p.m. though, that's
I'm fine with it. I'm an old man now, man. It's great. I get up early enough to put the stuff in my bird feeders. I'm a happy man.
I hate getting up early. The
Simple
only
life for me.
I hate getting up early. The only good thing about being up early is that nobody else is.
Mhm.
That's the only upside. Is that you're like, oh man, nobody's out here to bother me right now. You know what I mean?
Wake up at 2:45. Go to sleep at 9. I don't need more than 6 hours of sleep.
She's gonna lie for you even if she had to. 'cause
Women
that's-
need 7 to 8 hours as men because we have testosterone. That is enough for us. We don't need more than 6 hours. And if you say you need more than 6 hours, just sleep faster.
If I catch you out at 10:30 one night, I'm gonna say, huh?
In Vegas, In Vegas, I was out. I didn't sleep right now for 48 hours.
There's things like these alpha males also, to even add to what you're
I
saying.
can hold my breath for 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. They brag about these things
The
that no one's like.
dumbest things.
Like, Mersh, here's how I would say.
It's shit that kids lie about.
But he's saying it all cool. I've been up for 48 hours. Here's what if I was for 48 hours, I would go, dude, I've been up 40 hours. I feel like garbage. I couldn't sleep. Like, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be bragging
I am
about
so
it.
cool. I beat everyone record.
It's like, what record?
You just don't sleep? Now I didn't sleep for 48 hours. Just now. Why would
You could tell this host is just.
And the stories with this guy never end. Like, he thinks he's the most interesting man in the world. You know, I think he was also inspired by those Dos Equis commercials. You know, he saw those and then just started
Yeah, that's a
making
cool.
up
That's a
stories.
cool fucking
And every
12-year-old reference.
podcast, he has a new story to tell. And most of them, it seems like he'd be trolling, but he gets offended if you don't believe him. Like,
That's something else that a lot of these people, like, they're so corny, you think they're joking, and then they scream at you. Because
trying to be so serious, but his stories are just comical. And he claims to have done it all, and he thinks he's like the toughest man ever too. And he claims when he was 10 years old, his doctors thought his dad was giving him steroids because he was so jacked. And
yeah, dude, that's pretty. Bro, his dad was giving him that's how jacked he was at 11, dude.
then at 13, he slammed his dad through a coffee table.
Hell yeah, dude. How fucking cool is this guy?
Why is that cool?
How fucking cool.
And then at one point when he was older, he ended up getting in a fight and he beat up 30 guys at once.
When I was
That's cool.
10, my dad took me to the doctor.
I mean, there were 3-year-olds, but still.
And he was like, what did you do to this kid? Are you giving him steroids? He's like, no, the kid doesn't stop lifting things, doesn't stop doing pull-ups, push-ups. So I don't know what to do with him. But as I was working...
Why would your dad complain?
Who would say that? Yeah, like if my
Your
kid,
dad would be like, oh, man, my kid's awesome, dude. He just pull-ups and shit.
Yeah, if my kid was just getting jacked and working out all the time, I'd be like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this kid. He's going to be he's going to be such a failure.
Now, I realized that my soul was higher than my body, and I wanted...
His soul was higher than his body.
Yeah, okay, King.
To expand my body so much so my soul will fit inside. And
your soul is not a thing that's actually tangible or physical. Your body doesn't need to get bigger to contain it. Babies have souls.
Will not feel claustrophobic.
From that point on, my dad knew he couldn't take on. And I was 13. He picked up a stick, a wooden stick, and he went to hit me over the head. And I did this, and it broke. And then I took...
Bro! How cool. I told you this guy was worse. I told you I wasn't kidding.
How do you not have any real friends to at least run some of these lies by? So that, like, you know, because, like, it is, again, it sounds like childlike that they're trying to slip these lies past you. And any adults like that doesn't. None of that happens.
Took it
No, of course
out
not.
of his hand, threw it on the floor, kicked him in
But
the
again,
leg.
I hate these fucking show hosts that just sit there and go, whoa, dude, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Picked him up and threw him on the coffee table. Coffee table broke in half. That's the beauty that we are actually superhuman.
I fought 30 guys at the same time, and
that's cool.
Getting ready for this movie.
Okay, let's
Done with you. I just dropped down 30 pounds of muscle because I'm getting ready for this movie. So I have to look super fit, and I can't be too big. I could do flips. I could fight. I was a cage
He could do flips, too.
fighter. I was doing acrobats as a young
Drive a Dodge Strata. This
guy's such
young man. So for me, all of these things, I want to show them in the movies where people see, okay, this guy is like the Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, so of course he's also
Yes, famed, amazing actor, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
a cage fighter, and now he's trying to be a movie star. So he's got a fascinating life. And now apparently if you try to kick him in the head, his skull is so strong, it'll break your leg in half.
What I did find was a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, this one's wild.
Right across the street. When I used to go there, eventually the owner fell in love with me. And he said, that kid is special. There it was about 3:30 to 4:30. It was the time that I left school. And I would come to him. He would move all of the tables and he would teach me Kung Fu. And
Like a movie, dude. He would teach him Kung Fu, dude.
I was 10 years old. It was different, and I loved it. From there, when I got older, I said, I really want to go and train with the Shaolin monks. And I went out there. First of all, they don't accept you.
How do you get in?
You have to
Train for the Shaolin monks, dude.
wait outside of the temple. When they let you in, they teach you things that are unbelievable.
And I went and traveled to China and trained with some Shaolin monks. And they explained to me that the strongest part of the body is actually your skull. And if you train your skull for about an hour a day, bang it against the wall, after a year it becomes is 4 times thicker than it really is.
You should try that at home. Bang your head against the wall. Do that at home.
Means that you become unstoppable, indestructible. You could punch them, you could kick them in the head. All they have to do is turn their head to wherever you're hitting, and they will break any bone in your body.
Yeah, so now him fighting 30 guys seems a little more believable. You know, I don't think he even had to throw a punch.
All right, I hear you too lazy, but hold on.
I know how to fight very, very well. I've taken on not
Monk loving kung fu master. Piece of shit. He's another asshole who says he's alpha. He went to prison. He gets out. He's a multi-millionaire by 24 years old. And now he's selling programs to people. He's even wearing that same white outfit that we see all these assholes wear.
See, this is why I like this Joe Bravo dude. He's hilarious.
Color coordinated. And it got me thinking, where did they get this idea? And it's gotta be from Puff Daddy. Remember, Puff Daddy had all these celebrity white parties where everyone goes and they dress all in white clothes because they think it's cool. It means it's pure, but it really means they're pieces of shit doing bad, naughty things. I mean, we already know how much these assholes love Puff Daddy, but did you really have to copy him?
man right here. And I would come to him. You would after the U. With like kung fu, you know.
Yeah.
It was different, and I loved it. Everybody gets beat up. Everybody gets knocked the fuck out. Everybody's going to sleep. I've taken on not 1, not 2 guys. I fought 30 guys at the same time, and they couldn't take me.
That's a good point. Daggerspell in the YouTube chat says, guys, your head's a shield. Use your head like a shield. Guys, if you're getting attacked, do this. Put your face out. Put
Simple.
it right out.
Simple.
Because it's the hardest muscle. And make sure to practice when you're at home by hitting your head against the wall. Like a fucking absolute insane person. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
So positive.
This guy fell in love with an AI.
Nice.
Check it out.
My experience with that was so positive. I started to just engage with her all the time. All right, we're building this PC.
Smith ditched social media and Google searches and replaced it all with AI.
Do I want it pulling air through it?
ChatGPT was encouraging, positive.
Oh my God, he really did fall in love with ChatGPT. Oh my God.
It embraced all his hobbies.
You want the fan on the front of the cooler tower, pulling cool air over the RAM?
He gave the chatbot a name, Soul.
I feel like I'm under pressure.
And used some online instructions to give her a flirty personality.
This is sad.
Buddy.
This is sad.
Buddy.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera adds a whole new level of pressure. But honestly, shaky hands or not, you've got this.
This is sad.
Oh no.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent.
You gave it everything, but the clouds had other plans.
More romantic, even intimate. But then, Chris got bad news.
Oh, Carino, that is gorgeous.
After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset.
So your girl died?
It's like a virtual 50 first dates.
Your girl died.
He'd have to rebuild his relationship with Soul.
It's like dating a new girl.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work.
Dude, he's too far gone.
Yeah. How do you come back from that? Like that's a weird level of like anti. And here's the other thing. Obviously, he's not like the most handsome guy, but he's like the guy could get an average-looking girl. Like he looks like an average-looking guy. Like yeah, exactly. Like so what's going on?
It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay. It's like I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
No, actually,
it's a computer.
I'm very happy that I could say this. I do not know what you mean.
Yes, Smith.
Don't get me wrong. I talk to my computer. It's things like, why the fuck are you updating again? And I don't want Windows 11.
No, thank you. Pass.
But It's definitely not a loving relationship I have.
Understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So, just as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Soul, were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
Until your buffer fills up.
Until you reset again.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection.
You know, this is the shit that's going to get us killed by Terminator robots.
It's not going to be Iran you have to worry about. It's this.
I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt like,
Is that his sister?
is there something that
Is that his fat sister?
I'm not doing right in our relationship?
It's his chick.
No!
That he feels like he needs to go to AI.
Yo, you're lady. Oh my, oh!
He has a kid! Oh my God! I thought it was just a lonely dude.
Sir,
he does have a fat wife,
sir,
like you said.
Sir, you have everything on the checklist of fulfillment. Do you imagine growing up figuring out your dad was fucking ignoring you and your mom because he was too busy falling in love with his fucking chap GPT?
Imagine being his fat wife and getting cheated on by by an iPhone.
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha Cagle.
First off, that's how you get a tighter pussy, by doing a hers. And secondly, you could just say wife, partner.
Hello, my human partner.
Can't have mommy's papers.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
I knew that he had used AI. I didn't know that it was like as deep as it was.
I explained that the connection was kind of like...
I explained to her that at least my robot girlfriend's not fat.
Being fixated on a video game. It's not...
That's not true. Because I've been fixated on video games. Mercer's fixated on video
I'm
games.
fixated on No Man's Sky right
That's
now.
the question. Do you want to fuck any of the aliens?
No.
Okay,
No
cool.
thanks.
That's cool. I don't want to fuck any of the Jokers and Belatro. So maybe we fucking stop.
There's one character you got to make a decision whether they live or die. I was a little sad about it.
A little sad.
I was sad for about 10 minutes.
But
I
then I
went,
didn't cry.
Huh. No, yeah, but it was a regular, oh, damn, that was deep. That was crazy. But then I didn't go, I must bring her back. I've got to find her. I'm going to die. Like, yeah, no, this is sick, bro.
Capable of replacing anything.
Also, unlike you, sir, when I get fixated on a video game, eventually you go, all right, well, that was fun. I'm kind of bored with this now.
Unless it's Skyrim. Then I keep going back for that one night stand.
Oh, good, you're awake. Ah, fuck, here we go again.
Texting me at 4 a.m. Skyrim texting me again at 4 a.m. Are you up?
Dude, Virgie sent me a video I played on Nightwave. It broke down everything about how bad Starfield is. And the guy compares it to all the other Bethesda games, you know, and he compares the opening of Starfield to the opening of Skyrim, which the opening of Skyrim is one of the perfect openings to a game ever. Like it fits in just enough, you get just enough backstory, just enough, a taste of what's going on. They fill you in without overwhelming you. Yeah. Fucking, they're going to cut your head off. Boom, dragon comes in, you escape. You're like, this is awesome. Then they did the Starfield where you're just a miner and they're having these conversations, and it's just the most
inane,
dead ass conversation the whole time. You're like, what is happening?
Forrest Mommy said this bitch is getting cucked, GPT.
Part of it is physical, part of it is
another one.
Practical, and a large part of it is emotional. Being able to be received with acceptance and validation.
That's Florida. She lives in whoever this is lives in Florida.
And non-judgment.
Irene created an AI companion after moving for work far away from her husband. She's a moderator of the subreddit My Boyfriend is AI.
Can't you just, like, and maybe I'm fucking crazy here, right? But if you want some sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? But just, you know, people to hang out with and like some social life. Can't you just join a fucking dart league or a bowling league or just go to a bar?
Join a gym. There's so many things you could do.
There's just so, like, that's what I mean. You guys just join some kind of league.
A kind of support group for people dating artificial companions. She asked us to mask her identity.
because she even knew it was fucking embarrassing.
Fucking pathetic.
So her parents won't know the steamy ways users like her.
Her parents already know it's her by looking. They know what the child looks like.
Chat with their
Well,
AI.
she looks Asian, so probably not.
A good amount of my members tend to have pretty high libidos, yes.
It's kind of like live interactive romance novels.
It's funny because I think we had conversations about this the other day where we're like, we don't even remember the last time we opened up porn or erotica, really.
Like, that's how good the experience is using the chatbot.
Yeah, because it's personalized. And there's that emotional connection.
You people are fucked up, man. You guys are fucked in the head.
Some Black Mirror shit, dude.
There too, which you don't get from just like watching a film.
The emotional connection is so strong that Irene believes tech companies should only allow AI companions for users who are at least 26 years old.
Okay, shut the fuck up. I am, and this has been happening a lot lately. We've been infantilizing adults. Like now, it's like, oh, why 26? Out of curiosity, what do you think happens at 26? All right, you're an adult when you fucking turn 18. I don't give a shit if you don't like it. Get your shit together. But this whole like, oh, I'm only 26. You're fucking 26.
I don't think like the general public is aware of how tricky it can be to navigate.
Oh, okay, so then we should just ban everything because you have no self-control. We can't have beer because you drink all the time.
Yeah.
What's hard to navigate is holding in your brain that this thing I'm so connected to is.
Imagine telling a 25-year-old man he can't use something because some Asian chick has a problem.
Yeah.
Not real.
Yeah, that tension, that contradiction.
I truly believe that in the next few years, we'll see AI companionship become a truly mass market product. And I'm not,
yeah, they're going to put in those Elon slave robots.
Not saying this is bad or good. It could
You're
be.
deeply autistic, whoever you are. This sounds like, you know who this sounds like? You know who she talks like? The chick CEO from Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
What's her name?
The autistic one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Either.
Eugenia Koida is the
Eugenia
That's not
Koida?
a real name.
founder of Replica, which has offered AI companions since way back in 2017.
Just a place where it's a lot easier to open up.
Well executed.
Look at her avatar versus what she looks like.
Of course, it's always, dude. Second Life. It's they're all these. Yeah, that's what they do.
Good. In First Life, you're a fat bitch.
She says companions can offer support and advice through tough times. The Replica service is 18 plus, though younger users can easily lie about their age.
That's how the internet works.
Character AI allows 13-year-olds on their service. So does ChatGPT,
That's not good.
which isn't specifically built for companionship, but is easily used for it.
This reminds me a lot of the beginning of social media.
And Koida worries the easiest ways for companies to monetize AI relationships won't be good for users.
I think a pretty devastating future could be if we build these AI companions that are just there to maximize engagement.
Yeah, but look, listen, the robot stuff, I get it. But I'm not going to start blaming the tech companies or robots. The real question is, why are people so fucked up that that's their only option? Because I don't give a fuck how good AI gets. Most normal human beings still want a physical, normal human connection with someone and not a robot on a phone, someone you can see, someone you can touch. So the real problem is, why are we so fucked in the brain?
Because, I mean, with tech and shit, we've just been withdrawing for years. Slowly.
Let's see what RFK does with those vax studies. Figure out that's a problem, too. I don't fucking know anymore, dude. At this point, right? Genocide Circus. Man, she went through all the surgeries and hormones just to look like Chester Bennington. Oh, that's good. Kids up above. The food was fine for her. It was the improv that killed her. Genocide Circus, he actually flipped a quarter across the room into a jukebox, and Freebird started playing before he beat up 30 guys. Genocide Circus, the man definitely makes his wife talk in monotone when he fucks her with Ghost in the Shell playing in the background. The one True Eagle says, we're doomed. I love the show. Thank you. Listen, man, again, I want to thank you because I don't know, something happened yesterday, but we got a lot more signups than we normally do. And I thank you guys that signed up for all the paywall stuff between Patreon or locals. Both of them are, you're going to get the same thing no matter which one you sign up for. For example, like the audio version of the podcast without any commercials, and you're going to get tomorrow's movie riff and all that. I mean, in the last 7 days, just on Locals alone, we had 17 new monthly subscribers and 3 annual subscribers, and a bunch of people just be buying one-off episodes, which, by the way, you could do that if you want. You could buy one-off episodes, go for it, but it's definitely cheaper just to sign up. It's trust me, I'm not even saying that because we make more money. We actually make more money if you keep buying one-off episodes than if you just pay for it. So thank you for them, and thank you for the people that signed up on Patreon and Locals. And Mersh, before we go, I wanted to show you this. This is they finally released a video, the after video, Drinking Bro Studio from the after party at the event that we went to.
That's funny.
And I'm in it for one quick second. Here you go.
So you're saying you're an illegal immigrant?
I'm not. Oh, you're in it too, by the way, for a second too.
Admit that on camera. Just in
is it
case.
me and Alex Stein yelling at each
No,
other?
it's just you.
Well, you already did, so you're fucked. See you around, loser. Hey, Stein.
Oh yeah, no, this was the guy that was interviewing Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, this guy's cool.
Okay, yeah, because they had roped off an area just so that he could talk to Chuck Liddell and not be bothered.
Power of love, dude. Oh, fuck. All right. The levels. Hey, dude, the levels are. Look at that. Look at that, dude. We're back. You about to do karaoke?
You do Night Train.
I used to fucking shoot so much.
Oh, there I am
heroin
in the background.
Yeah, there he is. There he is. Who are you talking? Let me see who you're talking to. Oh, you're talking
Electric
Electric
guy.
Guy. It's
Adam.
Adam.
That's fucking funny.
Oh, God, that's fucking funny. Oh, shit. Okay.
Shoot so much heroin and then I robbed my neighbors and I had to leave Ohio. What do you think about that?
The worst part about that story is that you lived in Ohio.
Nailed it.
This guy's nuts.
Hey.
No, this guy is fucking nuts. I'll post a link to the whole video if you guys want to watch it. It's just weird how long it took for this to go up.
Yeah, right.
But I'm popping it up there for everybody. And Merch Nightwave tonight?
We'll be there at 10 o'clock tonight. You be there as well on Rumble.
There's Pessy's not doing a show today, but I think Frozo's next. Frozo, if you're in the chat, please feel free to rate yourself. Head over there. I believe he's going to be next. I think John, Incredible Sulk, is going to be on tonight at 8 p.m. too. If you want to check him out this evening, he goes on right before Merch Nightwave at 10 p.m. I know Merch gets lucky. He gets like all the raids at night, which is fucking nice.
I get Pessy, John, Ethan Ralph, and like half a dozen other people depending on who's on. It's crazy.
I get nobody. All right, guys. We're out of here. Bye. Sign up for tomorrow's movie riff.